Now on CoastTV News.
Trump tackles turbines, the move made by the new president that puts the wind farm project on our coast in doubt, and the reaction from elected officials in Maryland. Snowfall across the nation. Will tell you how southern states are dealing with the severe weather.
This is CoastTV News Midday.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Elisa Weber and welcome to CoastTV News Midday. We're going to take a live look outside at Rehoboth Beach this morning, and our first alert meteorologist, Bob Trey, he is going to join us. Bob, that's a beautiful scene on the beach right there, but not the best day to go out to the beach.
I don't think so, Lisa, but you note the blue skies are beginning to overtake that picture. And if any day screams winter, it is today. Just brutally cold out there. We started in the mid-teens and temperatures really have not moved at all as we move through the morning hours. 18 in Salisbury, 19 from Ocean City to Bethany Beach, 18 in Rehoboth, only 17 in Georgetown right now. And on top of that, we've got a northerly wind that's gusting 15 to over 20 miles per hour at Indian River Inlet. So it feels like 6 in Georgetown, 8 in Seaford, 6 in Salisbury, and 9 at Bethany Beach and Rehoboth. Bottom line is don't go out unless you have to, and make sure you cover your extremities because you could get hypothermia or frostbite. Cold weather advisory for Sussex County from Lewis down to Fenwick Island, Delmarva up to Bridgeville as well. Also parts of the eastern shore under this cold weather advisory until noon. A very cold afternoon is on the way. Also want to mention a freezing spray advisory this afternoon for Delaware Bay and for the ocean too. As we're seeing these clouds beginning to thin out, we had a little coating of snow last night, but we're starting to see clearing across western parts of Delmarva, and we'll be in that sunshine as we go into the afternoon as Arctic high pressure is in charge for just one more day. Bitterly cold temperatures into the afternoon, noon lower 20s, and then by mid-afternoon around 22 in Delmar and Millsboro, Selbyville 22, so very, very cold, but at least the winds are lightening up. It feels like temperatures still in the single digits and teens into the afternoon with actual temperatures in the lower 20s. And then those winds at least go calm tonight. It's one more bitterly cold night, and then temperatures do start to moderate. More in your forecast coming up a little bit later in the newscast.
Thank you, Bob. And a historic snowstorm covered much of the Gulf Coast on Tuesday with record snowfall reported across New Orleans. As much as 10 inches fell in some areas, and the snowstorm caused impassable roads, delayed or canceled flights, and schools and businesses also had to close. The National Weather Service urges drivers to stay off of icy roads if possible. And the winter storm also brought heavy snowfall to parts of North Carolina on Tuesday. Weather experts say the dangerously cold weather will linger for the next few days, and more snow is headed to central North Carolina. The storm has caused many schools in the area to shut down. And among the executive orders Trump signed during his first days in office was an order putting a pause on offshore wind projects. You may recall U.S. Wind is planning to build turbines off of the coast of Ocean City, which has faced a lot of local pushback. In the new order, prohibits the federal government from assigning new leases, and if necessary, the government can terminate or amend already approved projects. Local lawmakers say this is the strongest action taken to date in opposition of wind energy.
He clearly has made known that he has no intention in his administration to move forward with the offshore wind energy generation and these projects that have such a negative impact across the board.
U.S. Wind says it is looking forward to working with the new administration. And happening today in Ocean City, the site plans for the Ocean Sands Hotel will be reviewed by the Planning and Zoning Commission. The Ocean Sands is expected to present revisions that adds parking to the building. The hotel would be located at 608 Baltimore Avenue, and according to the Planning and Zoning meeting agenda, the added parking would allow the hotel to have a total of 20 units with an added fourth floor and 2 accessory employee housing units. And a relaxing day at the beach could soon be more expensive in Lewis. The city is weighing a proposal to create a paid parking permit system for non-metered streets near Lewis Beach. The proposal is $100 fee for permits per season for locals and a $250 per season for visitors.
I think it's necessary because when I've been in town, I see notes on cars on the streets with no meters, and the owner of the home can't even get out of their own driveway.
If approved, the parking permit system would be put in place in summer 2026. And President Trump is defending his decision to pardon January 6 defendants in a full-on sparring session with reporters, touching on a range of topics and his to-do list. NBC's Chris Pallone shows us how the new administration is getting to work.
Today, some federal employees are being told to stay home and prepare to be fired. A new Trump administration memo released overnight says people who work in government diversity, equity, and inclusion offices are being notified they are being placed on paid administrative leave effective immediately. Department heads now ordered to draw up plans by the end of the month to fire those workers as President Trump rolls back Biden-era attempts to diversify the federal workforce. He calls it discrimination.
Our country is going to be based on merit.
It comes as the president faces increasing backlash for pardoning all of the January 6th Capitol riot convicts, including those who assaulted police officers. This was the vice president 10 days ago.
If you committed violence on that day, obviously you shouldn't be pardoned.
Mr. Trump disagrees.
These people have served years of jail and their lives have been ruined.
Former D.C. police officer Michael Fanone, who was beaten and shocked with a taser by the mob that day, calls it the ultimate betrayal.
They almost killed me on January 6th, and now they're free.
Some in the president's party struggling to defend the move.
It was surprising to me that it was a blanket pardon. Now I'm going through the details.
Monday, the president also moved to end birthright citizenship for the children of undocumented immigrants, a right guaranteed by the Constitution.
People have wanted to do this for decades.
Now, at least 24 states and other advocacy groups have already sued to block the move. Chris Pallone, NBC News, Washington.
Those pardons for people involved in January 6 riots include 2 men from Delmarva. It was one of the most memorable cases, that of Kevin and Hunter Seafried, the father and son from Laurel, who entered the U.S. Capitol. Kevin Seafried is seen in one of the most famous pictures from that day, carrying a Confederate flag inside the Capitol. The court found that Hunter Seafried cleared broken glass from a window, and both men are now pardoned. And coming up, birds fight the bitter cold. We'll tell you how experts say you should do if you've seen animals struggling in these conditions.
Transport your taste buds to Italy without leaving town at Two Meatballs Ristorante. Enjoy a cozy atmosphere with a symphony of flavors in every bite. Indulge yourself with our assortment of Italian entrees or satisfy your cravings with our finely crafted brick oven pizzas, all made with fresh ingredients. Get your favorites delivered, hot and fresh. Sign up for our free VIP program for discounts and weekly specials, plus get 10% off your first online order. Two Meatballs Ristorante, located behind the Wawa in Long Neck.
Start your new year off right with a brand new bathroom with Coastal Bath Company. We're the only bath planted dealer on Delmarva with the Good Housekeeping seal. Plus, we have a 2-year money-back guarantee.
I would hands down recommend Coastal Bath. There's no one better.
Coastal Bath gave us a beautiful walk-in shower.
Save $2,025 off your new acrylic bath system. Plus, no payments and no interest until 2026.
Call today for a free in-home estimate. Local and family owned. Coastal Bath.
Mark your calendars for the Children's Beach House Gala presented by Jack Wingo Realtors and Jack Wingo Asset Management on February 8 in Dewey Beach. This black tie evening features an open bar, auctions, dinner, and a performance by Kristen and the Noise. Your support helps empower children with special needs to build confidence, develop leadership skills, and thrive in a caring community. For more info, visit cbhinc.org/gala or call 302-841-9639. Sponsored by CoastTV.
Warm spring days are right around the corner, and Tyndall's has everything you need to create your own outdoor getaway. Browse the latest in outdoor furniture styles arriving now. Planning an outdoor oasis? Visit our showrooms in Laurel and Lewis to custom order for spring and summer arrival. Shop the best manufacturers like Polywood, Casual Comfort, and Telescope, all proudly made in the USA. In-stock furniture is on sale now. We can hold it until spring or take advantage of our white glove delivery service. Tyndall's Casual Furniture, Delmarva's outdoor furniture experts.
Were you stupid drunk?
Not stupid drunk, but yes, ma'am, I was drunk.
A family party was nearly deadly for her dogs.
I went to empty out the water bowl and I realized it was vodka. It could shut down their nervous system and they could die.
Now family ties are fragile.
You never had any problem with your aunt before, did you?
No, I love her, like she's my aunt.
You love everybody.
I love you too, Miss Judy.
So far.
Next Judge Judy.
Wednesday at 2 on CoastTV.
Humans aren't the only ones suffering during the cold weather. On Tuesday, people near Love Creek Pond reported seeing birds seemingly trapped on the ice. And according to the state wildlife representative, it's not uncommon for birds to appear immobile during cold spells. While they're not always frozen in place, they can struggle on those icy surfaces.
They look like they were frozen in the ice.
They just were still, and some of them were flapping their wings but not getting out of the ice. And it scared me because I thought they were frozen.
And officials say to never rescue birds yourself. Instead, contact authorities like DNREC and let them do their job, especially as bird flu remains a threat.
And the frigid weather continues. At least we're starting to see blue skies on our Tellin Razor Cam Lewis, 18 degrees there. We're only rising a few more degrees into the low 20s as the bitter cold air sticks around for just one more day. Then we start to see a rise in the temperature department as we go through the end of the week into the weekend. Congratulations to Lawrence from Rehoboth Beach. He is our umbrella winner for today from Paul Davis and Coast TV. Congratulations. I'll have more on the moderating temperatures in your full forecast coming up after the break.
DSN Plus is more energy, extra live games and on-demand replays, anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype. From playoff matchups in unified football to marching band showcases, we highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go, with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
Who wants to drag out a bulky vacuum? Introducing Horsepower Duck, a super compact vac with ultra-powerful suction. Clean up that mess in the kitchen, the spill on the sofa, even sawdust in the workshop. Just duck it up. The compact design can reach the tightest places, so store it in any drawer where it's always at your fingertips. You can even store it in your glove box for the ultimate car vac. The HEPA filter helps remove dust and allergens. Plus, it dumps out with ease, so it's ready to clean again. Get the Horsepower Duck hand vac for just $39.99. Order right now and we'll upgrade you to the Duck Pro package, a $30 value, yours free. You get the bendable tube, the crevice nozzle, and the soft brush nozzle, but supplies are limited, so there's a strict limit of 3 ducks per order. This may be your last chance to get yours at this low price, so don't delay. Duck it up today.
Call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com. So call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com now.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess but end up with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Ruby Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning at 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Take it in the kitchen, where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. Get your Ruby Horsepower with 4 additional attachments, all for just $39.99. Great news! They're in stock and ready to ship. Due to high demand, only 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-455-0217. That's 1-800-455-0217 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-455-0217 now.
The frigid temperatures continue to hang around for Delmarva. It was a frigid morning with temperatures in the teens, and temperatures have not risen all that much through the morning hours. Here's our Tyndall's casual furniture camera. At least we're losing the clouds. We're seeing clearing skies, 17 in Laurel, but those winds out of the northwest at 13 driving down those wind chills, and we only warm into the lower 20s, if you want to call it that. Our storyline today, still very cold. You can see the shivering thermometer there. At least we're seeing the sunshine coming out, so try to stay in the sun and out of the wind this afternoon. Not as cold moving into tomorrow as the Arctic air starts to move on out of here, but it's still entrenched across the area. Temperatures hardly budging since this morning. 18 in Salisbury, 17 in Georgetown, 19 in Bethany Beach, Rehoboth at 18, and 17 in Redmond. And then it's that wind. Anytime you get wind and it's this cold, well, it doesn't take much to drive down those feels-like temperatures, so make sure you bundle up. Winds gusting over 20 miles per hour at times at Indian River Inlet right now, 19 miles per hour in Millsboro, 15 in Redden. So that's driving wind chills into the single digits. 6 in Salisbury, Georgetown, 8 in Seaford right now is what it feels like. Amazing. 9 in Bethany Beach, and it only feels like 4 in Ocean City. So the bottom line is stay inside if you can, and if you venture out, make sure you cover all your extremities. You don't want hypothermia or frostbite. That could happen in this kind of cold, with the cold weather advisory continuing through noon for all of Sussex County. Also, the eastern shore shore. Easton, Denton, and Agner, you're under that cold weather advisory until noon today. Also a freezing spray advisory for the ocean, the bays, and back into Delaware Bay as well. Some of that water that splashes up could freeze to anything, a bridge deck. If you're out boating, certainly that could be a hazard for sure. We are looking at clearing skies, a visible satellite picture showing still that snowpack over the top of us, but the clouds now beginning to move to the east. So we'll get into sunshine as we go through time, but look at all this white that's not moving. That is snow as Arctic high pressure is hanging on. But we've seen the snow still hanging on across the outer banks of North Carolina and now moving off the southeast coast. They've got snow on the ground, incredible, from eastern North Carolina into the deep south near Atlanta. New Orleans has a lot of snow on the ground. Houston, right down to the Gulf Coast. That is how strong this Arctic air mass is. Here's Futurecast as we go through the afternoon. Temperatures not moving all that much, staying in the low 20s with sunshine. At least the winds are pretty light. And as we go through this evening, falling from the 20s into the teens, by midnight into the mid to upper teens. And by Thursday morning, I think if we clear it out, and with the light winds, I think it could be colder than this. We could see some upper single digits, otherwise teens. And then not as cold tomorrow. We'll see some clouds, and the temperatures do warm through the 20s, and then I think into the lower 30s. I think some of us will creep above that freezing mark as we go into tomorrow afternoon. But this afternoon, feeling like single digits, and then as we go into the afternoon, this afternoon, we're looking at, feels like temperatures in the teens and 20s, and then another very frigid start heading into Thursday morning into the single digits. It's not as bad moving into tomorrow afternoon, feeling more like the actual temperature with light winds. 22, still very cold this afternoon, but feeling like teens. Then only 9 above tonight, bitterly cold, mostly clear. 33 on Thursday and not as cold. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Friday, 35, and then the weekend looking good. Sunshine Saturday, 36, and then here come the 40s beginning on Sunday, 45 there. Monday, partly cloudy, 43, and a little milder on Tuesday. A mix of sun and clouds and a high of 46.
Thank you, Bob. A new record was broken for the Governor's Challenge in Salisbury. This event brings top-notch high school basketball talent right to Wicomico County. And this year, organizers say attendance across the 5 tournament locations totaled over 20,000 people. Plus, organizers say the tournament's estimated economic impact was $3.5 million. And that challenge will return again this December. And in Worcester County, students will spend more time in class and less time on spring break. According to the Worcester County Board of Education, spring break has now been shortened by 2 days to account for the 5 days it was closed due to weather. The board says there were only 3 days built into the calendar to account for this, and the break will now only consist of holidays, Good Friday and Easter Monday. CoastTV will be right back.
The Polar Bear Plunge, benefiting Special Olympics Delaware, is one of the first state's coldest and most beloved traditions. This year, you have 2 exciting ways to take part. Plunge in person in Rehoboth Beach on Sunday, February 2nd, or create your own virtual plunge. Anytime, anywhere, and as cold or not as you want. It's not about how you plunge, it's about why. Support thousands of Special Olympics Delaware athletes. Register now at plungede.org.
Taylor Swift, she is just at the peak of all her powers right now.
How has she been able to change the game with her fan base, with her music?
That's a Taylor Swift effect.
The Swift Effect, Episode 1, Breaking the Mold, this Saturday at noon on CoastTV. Sponsored locally on CoastTV by Pohanka Kia. Shop online at pohankakiamd.com.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
It's the incredible Red Dog, the amazing universal socket tool that fits, grips, and tightens virtually any fastener. Look at all the different sizes and shapes, nuts, bolts, and screws. Any head will do. Red Dog grabs on tight and locks into place fast. It replaces hundreds of different tools, yet it's smaller than a battery. 54 telescoping steel pins mold around any object. Then, up to 150 pounds of torque knock out rusted fasteners. You can get Red Dog for just $19.99. Breaking news: Red Dog may be discontinued. Due to supply chain shortages, Red Dog is stopping manufacturing immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 per order while supplies last. Order now.
Call 1-800-519-7208. That's 1-800-519-7208 or visit byreddog.com. Call 1-800-519-7208 now.
Ready,
have some fun? Yeah. Somebody's having a night tonight.
I love this wheel.
Wednesday at 7 on CoastTV.
The competition heats up.
Ain't no party like a Jeopardy party.
The Jeopardy Champions Wild Card Tournament begins.
All bets are off. Anything can happen.
Wednesday at 7:30 on CoastTV.
YouTube and TikTok star Mr. Beast is looking to buy TikTok as a part of a group of investors. Mr. Beast, whose real name is Jimmy Donaldson, appeared to make a joke about buying the social media platform earlier this month, but his lawyer says he was actually serious and the group has not disclosed the amount of that bid, and there's no comment yet from TikTok on the offer. And the Milton Theater won 8 Broadway World Delaware Awards, and according to the theater, this is the most wins across the state in the first year that the Milton Theater was nominated. In some categories, the theater took home gold, include Favorite Local Theater, Best Ensemble, and Best Director of a Musical. CoastTV will be right back.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on CoastTV.
In Sussex County, Delaware, there are many seniors who wish to remain at home. But in order to stay independent, they need help with things like errands, meal prep, and personal care. If you could use a little help to remain independent, or if you need respite, call me. Or if you're a senior who would like to bring value into your own life, help another senior with their non-medical home care, and earn a little extra money, call me. I'm Amy McDermott with Seniors Helping Seniors, Sussex County, Delaware.
If you're looking for a reliable pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you won't want to miss out on Preston Ford's Surplus Sell-Off. We still have over 1,000 new Fords and pre-owned vehicles waiting on our lot for you. Our Ford Blue Advantage inventory is bigger than ever and packed with benefits. You can buy confidently knowing our Ford Blue Advantage inventory goes through 139 points of inspection by certified technicians. Plus, comes with a 90-day, 4,000-mile comprehensive limited warranty. Check out our entire inventory online at PrestonFord.com. Join us at the Surplus Sell-Off sales event at Preston Ford. Cars cost less in Preston.
You need to lose weight, but you hate lugging out that big blender for a healthy shake. Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. Designed like this shake bottle you take to the gym, it has the motor and blades built right into the lid. Bionic Blade quickly creates smooth drinks just like the big blenders. But this is portable, so you can make a shake anywhere. Make pina coladas right by poolside. Even grind coffee beans and make a quick, refreshing iced coffee pick-me-up on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 and we'll even ship it to you free. But wait, order now and get 2 sipping lids, a second large blender container, plus the sports lid, yours free. You'll get this entire portable blending system for just $29.99. Call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-709-7148 or go to buybionicblade.com. So call 1-800-709-7148 or you can order online at buybionicblade.com.
Iced out. First Lady Melania. Will the top fashion magazines refuse to put her on the cover like the other First Ladies? Watch the next Inside Edition.
Today at 5:30 on CoastTV.
Coming up, Drew's got Lin-Manuel Miranda, Nick Kroll, and Andrew Rannells. They're dishing about their new Broadway play.
It's the best play. I laughed. I cried.
Wednesday at noon on CoastTV.
They're put into foods during processing, but consuming too many added sugars can be harmful to your health. And while these sugars can be found in many foods you may eat, they're also found in beverages that you drink. And Mandy Gaither explains how you can cut down your liquid sugar consumption.
It's found in foods like cakes, ice cream, and many other sweet treats. But added sugar is also found in things you drink. And experts say consuming too much sugar is a big problem in the U.S.
Most of that sugar doesn't come from what we eat, it's in what we drink.
In the U.S., adults and young adults ingest about 17 teaspoons of added sugar on an average day. That's more than 2 to 3 times the recommended daily allowance. Besides the extra calories, recent research reveals even 1 serving of sugary drinks a day can put you at higher risk for heart disease, says Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
It's no surprise that the American Heart Association recommends water as the best thing to drink throughout the day.
Drinks that contain a lot of sugar include sodas, sports drinks, energy drinks, and fruit-flavored beverages. So how can you help yourself opt for water instead? Gupta says to try carrying a water bottle with you at all times for easy access. And to stay hydrated, make sure you drink before you feel thirsty.
Want to make it more appealing? Try adding slices of fruit for flavor or a splash of 100% juice. Put that in plain sparkling water.
For Health Minute, I'm Andy Gaither.
Well, this weather isn't too appealing right now. We're starting to see more sunshine. That's good on the gutter helmet camera. It's only 20 in Ocean View. We're only warming a couple more degrees on this bitter cold afternoon. But then temperatures do rebound as we go into the rest of the week. It will be a little milder heading into the weekend, and no big snow or rain on the way. Call the CoastTV First Alert weather phone. It's your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by Brockstead Man, Dallas, Federico. I'll have your warmer 10-day forecast coming up after the break.
Secondhand smoke lingers for hours, and it's killed almost 3 million people since 1964. When you smoke in the house, everyone in the house smokes. So take it outside. Visit takeitoutside.de.org.
DSN Plus is more energy, extra live games and on-demand replays anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype. From playoff matchups in unified football to marching band showcases, we highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
Who wants to drag out a bulky vacuum? Introducing Horsepower Duck, a super compact vac with ultra-powerful suction. Clean up that mess in the kitchen, the spill on the sofa, even sawdust in the workshop. Just duck it up. The compact design can reach the tightest places, so store it in any drawer where it's always at your fingertips. You can even store it in your glove box for the ultimate car vac. The HEPA filter helps remove dust and allergens. Plus, it dumps out with ease, so it's ready to clean again. Get the Horsepower Duck hand vac for just $39.99. Order right now and we'll upgrade you to the Duck Pro package, a $30 value, yours free. You get the bendable tube, the crevice nozzle, and the soft brush nozzle, but supplies are limited, so there's a strict limit of 3 ducks per order. This may be your last chance to get yours at this low price, so don't delay. Duck it up today.
Call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com. So call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com now.
Come out for the Delmarva Shorebirds Hot Stove Banquet, Thursday, January 30th at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. Get your tickets today, which includes a buffet-style dinner and your opportunity to meet Orioles manager Brandon Hyde. Plus, there'll be a cash bar and silent auction with sports memorabilia from your favorite MLB and minor league teams. Proceeds benefit the Shorebirds Fly Together Fund. Tickets available now at theshorebirds.com.
I'm very passionate in what I do. I care about what I do. I try to be perfect. I know it's not, you can't be perfect, especially with weather. You have the challenge of the ocean being so close, and that poses a challenge in the winter when we get snowstorms. What direction the wind's blowing, that's going to play a role in who sees snow. Do the best you can to keep the public in the safest position you could possibly can.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Dangerous cold as we head into the afternoon hours. Make sure you're bundled up and make sure you cover your extremities. Feeling like single digits and teens into the afternoon. Highs only around 22. But the good news is the winds start relaxing this evening, so temperature matches the wind chill. But it's still going to be bitter cold. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, 9 above tomorrow morning. Then we start to warm up. 33 on Thursday, mid-30s Friday into Saturday. Then we're into the 40s beginning Sunday. That continues into early next week. And then Wednesday kind of jumps out. That's 50 50 degrees. That'll be nice. Maybe another rain chance Thursday, and then, well, turning a little colder again by Friday and a high of 37.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News Midday. And for more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News apps. Don't forget to join us for Coast TV News at 5 later this afternoon. Have a great day.